all this values talk kind of brings up a third question, and that is, should we be somebody who doesn't have any goals? And absolutely not. We should absolutely have goals. What we're talking about is we want to understand our values and we want to understand our goals. However, we do not want to be prioritizing our goals instead of our values, because if we prioritize our goals at the sacrifice of our values, you're going to maybe still go accomplish that goal, but it won't be in a way that was ever resonating with your values. And so when you actually go accomplish that goal, it won't feel as good as it would have felt if you would have done it in a way that resonated with your values. Also, you're going to have a much better chance of accomplishing that goal if you do it in a way that resonates with your values, if you go in line with who your true self is. And not to mention, once you accomplish that goal, because the goal was secondary in compared to making exercising your values the primary, you're going to meet that goal and say, what's next? What else can I do? Because when you're internally focused by exercising your values, that is a infinite amount of motivation, because every day you wake up and you have one job, and that is being your best self. And as long as you continue to be your best self, you're moving upwards and upwards and upwards and upwards in life. And every new goal that you accomplish, that's not an endpoint. That's only a new stepping stone for them to go next, get the next best thing every single time. Because your one job is to be your true self. And especially as a competitor, when you're going out there, and if you're on the front side of a bracket or a tournament or whatever it is and you lose, again, you still have one job, and that is be your best self. Your values don't change just because you lost a match. You go on the backside and you go get the next best thing, you get third place. You do a good job for your team because your mindset doesn't change. If your values say that you need to be offensive and relentlessly dominant in all positions and go out there and have fun, just because you lost a match and you can't accomplish your goal, again, doesn't mean you should sacrifice your values now and just give up and bail out of the tournament or not even try anymore. Your one job always is to exercise your values. When you exercise your values and the goals are secondary to that priority, everything takes care of itself. And you will continue to feel motivated, you will continue to feel empowered, and you'll see your performance take off. Going back to that good enough talk, where we kind of go into a desperation state of fight or flight mode, when you're focused on your values, you don't have to go into a fight or flight mode, because you only have this job of making sure that what's inside of you shines through. You don't need to fight against this good enough. Am I good enough to meet my expectations, or am I not good enough? You don't need to avoid people challenging that either, because other people challenging that doesn't change your values. Your values exist inside of you, and they're permanent. Those things don't change. And so even though somebody's bringing the heat on you or competing extra hard against you, that doesn't change your values. Your values are always going to be there. And so you can rely on that. And because you can rely on it, you can find that calm composure that you need and take yourself out of that fight or flight state, out of that desperation state, and just let your true self shine through.